Assalamu alaikum. Today in this session I am going to talk how to create an online quiz or exam using Google service. So from your Google Drive account you have to be logged in, and from here you can go to the plus icon and then you can go to the Google Forms, and then here you can start typing your questions. Please go to my previous clip or video about how to create an online survey where I describe how to create questions, different type of questions. Here just I will skip all of these and then I will move to how to create an online quiz. So firstly, I will go to the settings where I move it, the online survey to be as a quiz. So I will change this one from the settings, make this a quiz. Activated, and then now if I go to the questions it will be see now I can see the points for each question, how the points. So here normally also I can give a name, test quiz, and then for example this question, your color, for example option 1 red, enter green, enter blue, green, brown. So this is the 4 options, and this is a multiple choice question, and here you can see answer key. Now I'll go to this option here and then give the points, how many points or marks for this question, for example 2 points, and then I need to select which one is the correct answer because it is a quiz. So let's say for example your color is the answer is, as I said, this is an example, not the correct question. So let's say the blue is the correct answer. So I click on it. See now it is giving the correction, the mark, and also the mark is 2. And also I can add an answer feedback if I want to add it. For the incorrect answer, I can give, for example, please try again. And for the correct answer, for example, very good. And then save it. So this is the feedback, and this is the correct answer, and this is the mark or the points for this question. Once I finish, then go to done. Now see the total point is 2 marks because of this question. Now I will add another question. For example, what is your colleague? For example, sorry for the spelling mistakes. Again, what is your college? This is the short answer. And now also I can go to the answer key and define how many points. Let's say 3 marks. And then done, because this is an essay question. So there's no correct answer. So here it gives a space and so on. So now I have 2 questions and you see the total points now 5. This is 2 points and this is 3 points. So once you finish, you can also edit the layout, and also you can preview your the quiz. So you can type the questions, you can answer the question and then submit it. Now if you, the instructor allow the viewing score, they can see their score from here. Now see, I got it wrong here. It says wrong, and please try again. This is the feedback that I wrote for the incorrect answer, and the correct answer was 2. And here also it need a correction from the instructor. There is no mark for it. So this is my mark, my score for this survey. Now you can see that I have one response. Again, I can view it again. Let's say, for example, blue, and also here type feedback, view the score. See now, I got it right. Now I got 2 out of 5. Correct answer and the feedback very good. So this is the second response. Now let's go back to the main question layout. Here, once you adding the question, the answers, and so on, and also if you want to make it as a required, as I said, you need to activate this one. Now, if I go to the settings, this is the settings for an online quiz. So here, for example, release marks. So for the releasing marks, now either you can select immediately after each submission, as we show you before, or you can make it later after manual review. And here you need to collect email address from respondents. Also, you can correct answers. You can also correct them. You can also decide a default void value for all questions. So, for example, I want all of them to be 3 marks. So later on, when I add any question, it will be by default giving 3 points or 3 marks. For the response, if I want to collect emails, so I need to verify, and then also if I want to send them a copy of their response, so I need to activate it, for example, always or when requested, or otherwise I can keep it off. Also, do I allow them to edit their response or not? Limit to one response. Also, you can limit it to one by activating this one. Otherwise, you can keep it and they can do it many times. So these are for defaults. If you want to allow this as a default during your future quiz, it will be activated as the same. Collect email address. So if you want to make it, you can allow it. Also, the questions required all of them by default, so you can activate this one. And then once you create a new quiz or a new full survey, it will be by default activated as a collecting, asking for the required question. So these are the settings. Now, for the response, as an instructor, when I receive the response, I can see, for example, the question one, this is the response, and then I can start answering the second question. For example, this one, his response is this is. Once I read it, if it's correct, I can give it a mark. Let's say this one I give him or her 2 marks out of 3. And then save it. Then I will move to the second response. And again, I read her or his response, and then I give it a marks. For example, 3 out of 3. And then save it. Now, respondents, they can see their full marks. From this response. Now, because I have only 2 responses, so I can quickly see responses. Once I finish, also I can deactivate the response, so people or students, they cannot come to the quiz and respond. Otherwise, I can also make it active and then do it. And again, for the response, I can delete the responses. I can delete them one by one by this way. If I go to the individual, now if I delete this one, it will be just deleting the response number 2. If I go here, 1, so now I am deleting the response number 1. Now I am keeping only one response. So this is the way how you can respond. Also for the sending, it will be the same. Like you can get the link and then you can shorten it and then you can send it to anyone, your students. Also, You can here you can see the undo and redo icons for if you make any mistake, you can redo it or undo it very quickly. So that's all regarding how to create an online survey. Thank you very much.